Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I decided I wanted to do something a little different and do a paint and chat. This is the paint by numbers that was sent to me by Victoria's Moon, and I started working on it. Here, let me zoom out really fast, sorry. I'm getting close to being halfway. But this is what it looks like so far. It's finally starting to come together. And I figured I would just have a little chat because I haven't done so for a while, and it might be a nice break from everything else going on. Sometimes when you're stuck at home, you just need to hear another person's voice. So that's what is gonna be today, and we're just gonna talk about happy stuff. So so these are the paints that they provided. Boom. And I am using my own brush. They provide brushes, but I don't know, it's, lower quality brush, and I'm used to nice ones. So I'm using the Princeton Art Round number 4, and that for this painting level of detail seems to be good because I can get the larger spaces and into the tinier spaces. So I'm gonna just start picking colors that I'm working on and just start painting. Sorry, it's a little crooked. Yeah, we're just gonna paint in an angle today. And I'm gonna roll this up just a little bit. Okay. So, sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I am 36 weeks today. So I only have a month left until this baby comes, and so breathing is a little more of a challenge. Like sometimes even just walking from one side of the house to the other, I'm panting and heaving just because, sorry, because this boy loves to be closer to my ribs. Like my first, he never really even tickled my ribs, but this little guy is right up in there. So definitely makes breathing a little bit more challenging, but it's fun. He is really gentle and hasn't kicked me super hard anywhere, so that's nice. But yeah, it probably hasn't helped either that I haven't been as fit this time around. I just haven't had the energy really. I have done some yoga, and that's been really nice because it helps stretch out the back and stuff. But and now that the weather is nice, we've been going on lots of walks, especially because there's not really much else to go do right now. So really glad that the weather here has started to perk up, and that's definitely helped me get more back into a healthier state of pregnancy, because there was and part of the reason too is they had me up my iron intake a couple months ago, so energy levels are back. The first bit of my pregnancy, I had zero energy. Like, I seriously sat on the couch. I couldn't even get the energy to even color. I was a couch potato, but read lots of stories to my son and watched way too much TV, but it's all good. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Let's see, I'm coloring number 13. Right there. But lately, well, and so I guess I should backstory. So got pregnant, lost all my energy, didn't have any energy to color, so I kind of lost that mojo a little bit. Like, I haven't been coloring as much as I would like to, all that jazz. I forgot where I was going with this. I totally forgot. Pregnancy brain at its finest. Oh, but I guess just like starting to get back on track. Yeah, oh, pregnancy brain at its finest. Yeah, I honestly don't remember where I was going with that. But I guess the point I was trying to make was, I don't remember that. I think I was trying to say that I wanted to be coloring, but I didn't have the energy, so I kind of got out of the habit, and I'm trying to get that coloring mojo back. But I've also been starting other projects, and I decided to pick up another hobby. Not like I have enough, right? But this one is actually really fun, and I've already sold some of what I've been doing, which is dyeing yarn. I have showed that in a couple of videos of some of the colorways that I've done, and I have sold a few, so that's pretty fun. But I am also just trying to finish projects because the baby is coming in a month, and there are certain things that I know are going to be nagging at me that I'm going to want to be getting to creatively that are like almost finished, and if I don't finish them now, probably never will. This is one of them because I started it and then I stopped, and now I'm trying to finish it, and I'm about halfway now, so it's one thing I've been trying to do, but it has, that's where I was going. It has been also a little bit more challenging to get a lot done with coloring too, because of preparing for the baby, for one, like decluttering, arranging, cleaning, all that nesting stuff, and also about, let's see, what month? I would say in February. Wow, was it that long ago? Maybe beginning of March. I decided to do no more TV when my son is awake. And that has taken a lot more time out of me just being able to get things done around the house, but also anything creative just because he likes to be interacted with a lot, which, I mean, that makes sense. But, I mean, he demands a lot. He's now starting to play more independently, which is nice. But for a while, it was a bit of a challenge to get anything done because he just wanted to play 24/7 or do something 24/7. But now, you know, he's fine if I say, oh, I need to go clean. We can play after I do this. Or we can play after I do that. So that's been good. And I'm not like, it was really hard to make that choice to stop letting him watch TV because it also gave me a break. But I have noticed he's a lot happier. There's one less thing he's having tantrums about. There were a lot of tantrums revolving around what he was, you know, being frustrated that he wanted to watch for longer, or he wanted to watch a certain thing and we couldn't figure out what it was. So there's definitely been a lot fewer temper tantrums, which has been really nice, and he's been playing more independently and like reading by himself, which is really cute because he can't, he's still working on recognizing what letters are. And yeah, so I have seen benefits from it, but it's definitely like not a terrible thing either. Every now and again we still watch something as a family. Like we watched Onward. Yeah, it's funny, we went and watched it in theaters right before everything kind of exploded. Like I think it was the day after it released, and then we watched it on Disney Plus when it came out. It's my husband's new favorite movie, so we will be seeing lots of it. Let's see, I'm doing 12. Sorry. Big yawn. And then trying to think of what else has been going on. Oh, we just celebrated my son's birthday. He turned 3, and that was fun. We went on a little treasure hunt because he's really liked these pirate books that we got from the library a while ago, and he loved it. He had so much fun, and he still talks about his treasure present. So that's fun. But his main gift didn't come in the mail. It hasn't been shipped yet. So we're just waiting, and then I'll probably just do another treasure hunt because it'll keep his brain occupied. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's do 17. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna start over here. This is a pretty color. I love this color. This was one of my wedding colors, actually. Oh, that's the tricky thing about jumping around. So you might get paint on your arm, but I'm used to getting paint all over myself. So, no big deal. Yeah. I'm trying to think of stuff oh, so I did plant some plants to attempt gardening again. I tried to have a garden last year, and my cucumber plants were growing into healthy little plants, and then some sort of animal came and dug them up. I think it was a possum. And then all my garlic dried out, and I did get some green beans, so that was good. My peas never came. They never sprouted. And was that everything I tried last year? I think, oh, I tried doing watermelon. That didn't come to much fruition. And I really should do squash, because squash is so easy to grow, but we only have these little boxes, so it would just kind of overtake. So I'd only be able to plant just the squash there, like zucchini. Then I can make zucchini bread and minestrone soup. I'm trying to think what else you can do with zucchinis. Oh yeah, we have strawberries. I planted strawberries last year, and we got a couple, I think. But this year there's a lot of blossoms on the plant, so I am excited to hopefully have some fresh strawberries in a few weeks. But yeah, I didn't really have much success last year, just a lot of green beans. Oh, and my green onions, those, I planted some stumps from the store, you know, like when you cut off the root part when you're cooking. I planted some of those, and they are growing strong. I decided to plant them. You can put them in water and then grow them that way, but I decided since I wanted to do it long term, I wanted the nutrients from the soil. And they are flourishing. They lasted through the winter. I covered up the ground around them. So we haven't had to buy green onions for a long time, which is nice. I can just go out and snip off what I want. So that's one plant that I managed not to kill. I killed somehow all of my other plants died. Even our house plants and all my succulents died. Only one plant survived, and I had quite a few, so yeah, I joke that I have a black thumb, but it's very true. But this year, well, it was a little harder to weed the garden, so I only weeded a small patch to plant peas, and they popped up this time. I was worried they wouldn't. Maybe because it's cooler. Last year I didn't plant anything until June. I think that's why they didn't pop up, because they do not like the heat. Plus we had like a huge rainstorm a couple days after, and I think it pummeled them out of the ground. That always happens whenever I plant. We get a huge rainstorm after. It happened this year too, but this time they stayed. Planted them a little deeper, Oh, and I'm gonna try doing some onions. So I have a few onion, like tiny little sprouts. And I planted a cucumber. They haven't sprouted yet. That reminds me, I need to go water them. It rains a lot here, so a lot of times you don't even have to water, but it's been several days since we've had any wetness come up on the ground. So, yeah. Oh, that's such a pretty, happy color. But yeah, I'm hoping this time my cucumbers can grow because I really like cucumbers and my son really likes cucumbers and they are really yummy in spring rolls. We have a ton of wrappers, spring wrappers. It's a nice, healthy, fresh meal. But it would be so fun to use your own cucumbers. Oh, I did try to grow carrots last year as well. And those actually grew pretty well, but I didn't have I don't know. I experimented with using a reusable bag rather than planting in the dirt because the 2 plots of land that we have for gardening are right next to trees and there were a lot of roots and I didn't want you want to be able to pull out your produce from the ground, right? Because they grow gnarly if you plant them where there's lots of roots. So they did grow, but they didn't grow down, or they didn't grow very well. So there's a couple of puny ones. But I also decided this year to try planting more flowers because they're just so happy. So I got some bulbs from good old Walmart. Oh, and yeah. I'm trying to remember. Hyacinth? No. I can't remember, but they're starting to sprout out of the ground. So that's great. I'm excited. I love seeing plants grow from this tiny little thing to a big, beautiful plant. I just wish I was better at growing them. When growing up, we got to take turns being in charge of the garden, and my older brother has a green thumb. He grew his tomato plants to be as tall as we were, or he was, so like 5 feet tall, and yielded tons of tomatoes. My family canned so many tomatoes from his yield, and I think he also grew squash and peppers and I can't remember what else, but we had a very good crop that year. And then when it was my turn, I think we maybe got some cherry tomatoes and enough tomatoes for a few sandwiches. So yeah, I don't know. Some people are just amazing with plants and others aren't. But there are other talents. Everybody has to have their own talent, right? Okay. let's do, oh, excuse me, 15. This is a nice dark green. Oh! There's 17 right there. I need to paint that. So I can roll it as I go because I only have so much space for two reasons. One, my desk is only so big, but two, my belly only lets me go so close or so far. So, yeah. I'm at that stage where the steering wheel is all the way up on our car. It's in the highest position because otherwise it touches my belly. Because I have this dilemma of having short legs, or I'm average shortness. So there are certain things that just can't be helped. Also, all of my maternity pants, because I'm so short, are way super long because I feel like they just kind of make the average size. There's a lot that could be done for the maternity world of fashion, for sure. I feel like I've been wearing the same 3 t-shirts for the past few months. For when I'm just at home. If I go somewhere, I'll put on something nicer. But yeah, it's funny. I am excited to be able to wear normal clothes again. It sounds silly, but you don't realize how much you take it for granted until you can't. Okay. This is a nice green. I like this green. It's so dark. And it sounds really funny, but it flows very nicely. Some of these paints are a little on the gunky side. Not sure why, if it's just because I opened them and then waited so long, so they kind of dried because they were exposed to air and some weren't, or what, but it's very nice. This one is. And yeah. Okay, come here. But I am starting to get that coloring mojo back. Like, I actually colored a decent amount. Not as much as I usually do, but starting to want to do it again. And I'm waiting on Worlds Within Worlds by Kirby Rosannes. Or Rosannes. For when that gets shipped, and a few other books I'm excited about, but who knows when they'll come. Also, I don't know what the also was going to be, but yeah. Oh, I'm working on this paint by number, getting close to being finished. And I'm actually rather enjoying it. Sometimes I'm like, I just want it to fill in, but it's actually pretty therapeutic. It reminds me a lot of, for some weird reason, putting puzzles together. I feel like it fits in that category. I guess in a way you're fitting colors together, like you know where those colors go, but yeah. So I'm working on this, and I'm also working on a diamond painting that I want to do a post review on, and I'm hoping I can finish it before before the end of this month. We'll see if that actually happens. Thankfully we have a lot for the baby prepared already, just because we've already had a kid. And yeah, we just gotta get his bed set up and gather supplies. And hope we all stay healthy. But yeah, I'm just realizing I need to really what's the word? Crack down on myself on finishing things, because I tend to start and then not finish, or just kind of fizzle out of but maybe one reason I like this more than doing puzzles right now, I just realized, is because puzzles are pretty much impossible when you have a toddler, unless you have a secret hideaway that you can put it, which we do not. And we would not be able to work on that while he was awake. Whereas this, if I just want a quick 5 minutes, I can sit down for 5 minutes and paint a little part. So it's fun. And you get a piece that you can hang on your wall or give to someone as a gift to hang on their wall. And something you can look at and enjoy for a long time. Oh, where was it? Oh, right there. There's a lot of this color in this section. So this is a vase of flowers. I didn't... Oh no! Sorry, I just dropped my paintbrush. Thankfully it was on the blank part of canvas, so I should hopefully just be able to paint over it with the paint that's supposed to go there. Oh, what was I talking about? Oh dear. I did it again. I'm so sorry. It'll come to me. Just I need a moment of silence. Let me see if I can think of it. I know I was saying something about I tend to start projects, and I liked this. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I remembered. Okay, sorry, I had to. You know, like when you're looking for something, and you retrace your steps. I had to do that with my thoughts a lot lately. So, yes, So it's a vase of flowers. I knew that much. I just couldn't remember the colors really, and it did not come with any kind of picture to reference what painting it's supposed to look like. Like not even printed on the side of the canvas or anything. So this is a bit of a surprise for me. And I was going to paint this whole thing along with y'all, but after I did the first video like right after I unboxed this, and it took forever just to paint one little section, so I thought, you know, maybe I'll do like kind of like today, just like little bits and pieces of just painting and chatting, and you can listen to my rambling while you paint along on a project, or color, or diamond paint, or declutter, or just need 5 minutes of refuge. Though this video is not 5 minutes. Oh, sure. Let's see, 15. I have to keep reminding myself what number. Yeah. So you'll probably see other little bits and pieces of this painting, but it won't be from like painting the whole thing together, because yeah, there's just way too much. Unless you want 24 hours worth of painting content of the same painting. Oh, I better make sure I'm still in camera. Oh yeah, I totally am, dude. Awesome. Okay. Okay, find the other 15. There's a lot of this color in this area of the painting, which is fine because it's fine by me, because it's a really easy color to paint with. Oh, so here's something to talk about. I finally started Crash Landing on You on Netflix. It is a Korean drama, obviously, because this person right here is a little too obsessed with them. But I put off watching it for so long because A, I knew it would be really good, and B, I knew that it would be one of those heart-wrenching ones that would make you cry. Just because it's about kind of like those impossible star-crossed lovers, is that what it is? Where like it's gonna be really tough for them to work out, because one person is from South Korea and the other is from North Korea. And I started it. I'm on episode 6 now, and it is so good, but I know it's gonna make me cry because it's already like got the heartstrings. So I'm like, no. But it's good. Some of the really good ones are the ones that make you cry. Like Guardian, The Great and Lonely God. Oh, that one is really good too. Plus the actor in Crash Landing on You, I've seen in a couple other shows, and he does a really amazing job. It's kind of funny though, because the other dramas I've seen him in, his personality is completely different. Like very different. So it's really fun to see how he can take on a whole different persona. That's talent. But it's a really sweet show so far. It's so sweet. And it's really intriguing to see kind of what it is most likely like to be in North Korea. Like it shows all sorts of vantage points. It shows from the soldiers' view, from the corrupt officials' view from like normal everyday life to people trying to survive and feed their families and doing things they would rather not. And yeah, so it is really interesting to see, because I have watched ones that are, or I've seen one other one that involves North Korea, and it was very intense, and you only really got to see the corrupt side, which obviously there's a lot of that, but it's really refreshing to see like what normal everyday life looks like for someone there. Anyways, yeah, but that's really good. I would recommend it. So far, so good. And I know it's received really, really, really good ratings. So I'm not the only one who thinks it's good. Alright, well, I'm gonna wrap up for now. My palate needs to receive some water, and aka I need to get a drink and do some other stuff while my son is sleeping. But anyways, I hope this was relaxing and enjoyable and just a nice conversation. Or not really conversation, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and be healthy and happy coloring.